So, what does a cottonwood snag, 2 baby eagles, 4 biologists, and a giant Q-tip have in common? Last week, when raptor biologists checked the nest, there were 3 baby eagles and 2 doting adults. Since then, an adult female has gone missing, and an invading female has begun attacking the 3 nestlings. One, the young female, had already been forced from the nest. Fortunately, first-time nest watchers John Lynch and Sarah Basson witnessed the attacks and called in a rescue mission.
For the last week, we've been missing our resident adult female, and we had a younger female that kind of moved into the area, and starting last night, she attacked one of our chicks, took it and threw it out of the nest. We staged a rescue for that chick last night, and then today she attacked again, and so we had to stage another rescue for the remaining chicks.
What we presume happened is a result of competition. Breeding eagles are highly territorial and generally don't tolerate other adults around. The intruder may have been a floater, part of the non-breeding population, who was looking for a territory. The intruder was likely responsible for the resident female's disappearance. It must have been heartbreaking to witness such raw attacks.
It's kind of like almost watching like your dog get attacked by something, like get bit by another dog or something like that. Only there's nothing we could do about it. All we could do is sit there and watch and frantically try and radio people. It got hooked by a talon of the kind of intruding adult and got taken out of the nest, and it ended up okay. It had a little puncture wound, and other than that, it was fine.
Serious interactions occur more often between same-sex rivals. Most of the time, the resident birds win these disputes simply because they have more to lose and they outnumber individual intruders. With the resident female missing and the presence of a nest with 3 hungry eaglets, the intruder knows there's plentiful food to support them. It is prime real estate, basically an eagle's grand slam. Acreage, food resources, and possibly a mate for next year. However, the 3 eaglets were not hers, and she had no investment in them. For the intruder, they are only competitors. Competitors to be eliminated. Sometimes it's hard to be a baby eagle. Today's mission? Climb the cottonwood and remove the remaining 2 males before the intruding female succeeds in her continued attacks. And that is easier said than done.
Yeah, the branch that the nest is on, I wouldn't trust. But this brown part, I'm thinking because it twists.
The thick part is,
yeah, it's gonna be.
I wouldn't go any further than that, that's for sure. And I'd go as short a distance as possible.
Kyle, when you hit that, just before you hit that, that crotch that your rope is on, I'd throw a flip rope around the crotch above you. Yeah, try to secure into that flip rope before you try to get up.
You see, the cottonwood's dead. While it supports the weight of the nest and the eagles, no one's sure it can support the weight of a climber too. Safety precautions are stringent on this kind of assignment. Equipment is checked and then checked again. Helmet and climbing spikes in place, research biologist Kyle McCarty begins the arduous climb up the tree. What is normally a 20-minute climb stretches into an hour as the route is cleared, lines secured, and advice given. Even using the spikes gets tiring. Live cottonwoods are so much softer to dig into. The adult eagles circle the invading army below, keeping an eye on the intruders. Tensions run high. No one can predict what the babies will do. They're close enough to fledgling they could bail out of the nest, leading to a wild chase by the ground crew. Hopefully, the birds will simply step onto the giant Q-tip and Kyle can bring them safely to him for transport. Keeping his weight close to the main trunk of the tree, Kyle reaches the Q-tip towards the birds. The Q-tip is actually a swimming pool pole with a towel secured around one end, the perfect low-tech solution. Volunteers on the ground have the tree surrounded to cover all escape routes. At this age, the birds should be able to glide to Earth, but to be safe, a special crew mans a low-tech life net, also known as a blanket, just in case the birds decide to make a dive. As you can see, a lot of personal ingenuity goes into an operation like this. The first bird decides to bail, and the race is on. Quickly captured and subdued, the eagle is in excellent shape.
Looking good, buddy. We're gonna give you a second chance here.
Yeah,
He's hooded and taken to some shade to wait. His brother's been watching this misadventure from above and decides there's an easier way. With a little persuasion, he steps onto the Q-tip.
Pull around the other side of that log now. Might be able to get him out.
After a quick dip to adjust for weight, he is pulled safely to Kyle, who quickly grabs the talons.
Good job. Nice work. Just drop the pole. Nice work.
Sweet.
I'm riding for the sun.
I got it.
You got it, I hope.
I got it.
No, this is really awkward. Got him.
Once on the ground, both birds are given a quick checkout and pose for pictures with their rescuers. The equipment is packed up and crew, with birds in hand, start their journey to Liberty Wildlife Center, where they get a full checkup by trained staff. Eventually, they are reunited with their sister in the flight pen. A week or so of good food, water, and vitamins, and these guys are ready to return to the wild. The two guys are going to another nest to join another nestling already there. The theory is that the adults at the new nest will temporarily adopt the two orphans. Luckily for us, eagles can't count. But before leaving Liberty, the birds are outfitted with identification bands. Once at the nest, Kyle dons his gear and makes the climb. The going's a little easier because this tree is sturdier. This tree has a great canopy to provide shade for the eaglets. The tree is surrounded with staff and volunteers from Liberty Wildlife and Game and Fish. The concern this time? If the existing eaglet decides to bail or doesn't want to share her nest with her new siblings. Once again, luck is on our side. Both birds are accepted by their foster sister, and Kyle begins his final descent. It's a good thing that eagles can't count, but as the parents soar overhead, one does wonder what goes through their head when they return to the nest and find two new teenage mouths to feed. Tuck Jacobson summed up the feelings of all involved.
Today we just successfully fostered the nestlings we rescued last week into another bald eagle nest. We were able to get it into the nest without flushing the 9-week-old nestling that's already there. It was a real success. We successfully gave these birds a second chance at life. Wouldn't have been possible without the Nest Watch program and having nest watchers out on site, being able to tell us when danger arose.
It feels great. It feels great.